Hey guys, today we're going to have a look at this story involving Polestar, the EV brand spun out of Volvo and owned by Geely and a lot of investors. Polestar stock, ticker symbol PSNY, has recently fallen so low that the company is going to be kicked off the Nasdaq stock exchange. To avoid that, there's a rumor that Polestar is preparing a 1 for 30 reverse stock split. So, what does that mean? What are they doing? Why are they doing it? Does it actually fix the real problem? Let's have a look at the facts. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. There's 7,500. I'm pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. To stay listed on the Nasdaq and to have your stock seen by everyday investors, a company's stock price must stay above $1. Polestar stock has fallen more than 35% in just a few weeks, dropping under the $1 minimum. When that happens, Nasdaq sends an official warning letter called a delisting notice. If Polestar can't get its stock price or its share price up, I should say, it will be removed from the exchange, just like Lordstown Motors and Faraday Future before they collapsed. Now, I'm not saying Polestar is going to collapse. I mean, they are part owned by Geely, so that's fairly unlikely. But something's going to change, clearly. Polestar has a choice here. Raise the share price somehow through some voodoo, or get kicked off the Nasdaq. This is where the reverse stock split comes in. So we're hearing they're going to do a reverse stock split. Most people understand a normal stock split, right? It's like one share becomes 5 shares. So if you've got 10 shares, you've now got 50. A reverse split is the opposite to that. The rumor is a 1 for 30 reverse stock split. Now that means every 30 shares someone owns gets turned into 1 share. So if you had 300 shares of Polestar after the split, you'd only have 10 shares. But the price per share would go up by the same factor, about 30 times. So a 53-cent stock suddenly becomes worth $15.90. It's kind of dodgy, but this is, I guess, what companies have had to do, and they have done it in the past. A reverse split, though, does not create new value. It just changes the number of shares and the price per share, like exchanging $31 coins for a single $30 note. You have the same amount of money, it's just packaged differently. Companies do this for one reason only: to stay listed on a major exchange. This part is kind of surprising to many people, but Polestar's business numbers actually look decent at first glance. Retail sales are up 36.5%. Revenue up nearly 49%, reaching 2.17 billion. Those are some pretty big jumps, actually. So, why then is the stock falling? Because the losses are getting bigger, not smaller. Through September, Polestar lost 1.56 billion, compared to $860 million lost during the same period last year. That's an 80% increase in losses. I'm kind of curious where all that money is going, to be honest. The company is selling more cars, but losing more money doing it. There are 3 major reasons for this. Number 1, Trump imposed tariffs on Chinese-built vehicles. Polestar built in China. Tariffs in the US hit them very, very hard, of course. Number 2, big discounting from competitors. Brands like BMW, Kia, even Mercedes-Benz, and others have used post-tax credit pricing to undercut Polestar. And to be honest, Polestar is not really a known brand in China. 3, market pressure. Tesla's price cuts rippled through the entire EV industry. Even with more customers, Polestar's margins are shrinking fast. This is why the stock is crashing. Not because of sales volume, but because the losses are accelerating. And investors are getting kind of concerned. Reverse splits often look like a company trying to buy more time, and historically they do carry risks. According to investor.org, reverse splits can lead to higher volatility, lower investor confidence, and sometimes a continued slide in share price afterward. Doesn't really fix the problem. Investors often see reverse splits as a sign of distress. In the EV world, two cautionary examples stand out. Like I said before, Lordstown Motors and Faraday Future. Now, I'm not saying that either of these companies is anything like Polestar. They're not. But both of them did execute reverse stock splits. Both were later delisted anyway. Both collapsed not long after. Polestar is not in that position yet, but the pattern of losses is certainly worrying. They do have some good cars though. Better cars than what Faraday Future or Lordstown Motors had, that's for sure. Here's the interesting part as well. Polestar's actual vehicles, they're actually good. Like I said, the Polestar 3, Polestar 4, Polestar 5, all these vehicles are pretty well reviewed and very premium EVs. But to be honest, I kind of don't really fully understand why cars like the new Zeekr 001 have better tech than Polestar's cars do. And I mean, the Zeekr is cheaper. For example, the Zeekr 001, right? You can get one of these for around 30 something thousand US dollars in China, yeah? And it has 1.3 megawatt charging. Standard, right? Standard dual motor, 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds. I mean, 800 kilometers of range. We're talking a vehicle here that's really a direct competitor to, say, a Polestar 4. So interestingly, over the last few years, Polestar's cars have been very nice, but they haven't had the same tech that some of their sister cars. I mean, Zeekr is a sister brand to Polestar. And I've always been perplexed by this. Why is it that, Zeekr is getting better tech in China than what Polestar's getting? Polestar is, though, pushing in the US with incentives, up to $18,000 off leases for Tesla owners. So if you own a Tesla, then Polestar will target you. And to be honest, Polestar does not have to compete with Zeekr or any Chinese car companies in the US. Product-wise, Polestar isn't failing in its US market, but here's the problem. Tariffs, high costs, competition, rapidly rising losses. This is where the contradiction lies. Good cars, bad economics. If Polestar does the 1 for 30 reverse split, their stock price will jump to around $15 to $16, helping them stay on the Nasdaq. But the reverse split does not fix tariffs, rising losses, very sharply rising losses, cash burn, competitive pressure, market share losses, manufacturing cost disadvantages. They don't really sell enough cars to be able to sell them at affordable prices or to be able to make good margin on them. All this stuff, this reverse split will buy them time, but how much time? The real question here is whether Polestar can turn strong product momentum into financial stability before the next cash crisis hits. If not, the reverse split will look less like a turnaround strategy and more like what we've seen before, a temporary reprieve before a major reckoning. Now, I have a suggestion here to Polestar. I don't know, they're just going to say, you're just some YouTuber, shut up. But my suggestion is this: why not merge more of your operations into the Chinese division? You'd save a lot of money. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say fire the Europeans, fire the Swedes working on these cars. But to be honest, clearly that's a massive cost involved for Polestar. And if they were making, say, a slightly modified version of a Zeekr 001, I mean, I don't think anyone would care. They'd still think this is a great car, but it might be much cheaper to manufacture. Just change the bumpers, change the badging, put a few extra luxury features on the inside. You'd have a brilliant car at a much lower cost. You can amortize the costs. So obviously Zeekr on the same thing, right? With kind of joining up with Lynk & Co, which is another Geely brand. That could be a way for them to stick around for longer. Polestar is planning a reverse stock split, not because the cars are bad, as I said before, they're actually good, but because the financial situation is worsening and Nasdaq requires a minimum $1 share price. Will Polestar survive? Well, what do you guys think? Is Polestar another EV startup that grew fast, spent big, and now has to fight to stay alive? Let me know what you think in the comments. Bye bye.